फिर जब आपको ये पता चलता है कि ये हमारा और खासकर उनका आखिरी मौका था विश्व कप एक और बार जीतने का, तो उससे तो दिल तो जाहिर सी बात है टूटता ही है। और उनके साथ कई अन्य खिलाड़ियों का दिल भी काफी टूटा था।
महेंद्र सिंह धोनी और चेन्नई का जो कनेक्शन है, हार्ट वार्मिंग।
उस टाइम नहीं मान सकता था कोई कि ये चेन्नई के सन हो जाएंगे।
When I go to Chennai, when I'm traveling south, they don't call me by my name. They always say Thala.
The thing about MS Dhoni is he knows what his resources are, what his limitations are, and how to get the best out of what he has at hand.
Give credit to him for encouraging millions of fans out there to watch the game of cricket and to be inspired.
Chennai Super Kings का
महेंद्र सिंह धोनी और चेन्नई का जो कनेक्शन है, हार्ट वार्मिंग।
उस टाइम नहीं मान सकता था कोई कि ये चेन्नई के सन हो जाएंगे।
When I go to Chennai, when I'm traveling south, they don't call me by my name. They always say Thala.
The thing about MS Dhoni is he knows what his resources are, what his limitations are, and how to get the best out of what he has at hand.
Give credit to him for encouraging millions of fans out there to watch the game of cricket and to be inspired.
Chennai Super Kings का
It's been an outstanding performance. The World 2020 champions India. Dhoni finishes off in style. India lift the World Cup.
India now winners of the ICC Champions Trophy 2013.
Never bet against MS Dhoni and CSK.
महेंद्र सिंह धोनी और चेन्नई का जो कनेक्शन है, हार्ट वार्मिंग, क्योंकि बहुत कम होता है कि आप किसी और शहर के होते हैं और वो आपको ऐसे अपना ले जैसे जैसे आप उन्हीं के हैं।
Ken Srinivasan wanted MS Dhoni at any cost because the logic was very simple. He had just won the T20 World Cup.
In the air, Sreesanth takes it. India win. What a match for a 2020 final. India, the world champions.
So he was a mega, what you call, factor as far as the branding is concerned.
उस टाइम नहीं मान सकता था कोई कि ये चेन्नई के सन हो जाएंगे।
Tamil Nadu has always had in their history hero worshipping. So it was just a matter of time before MS took that spot of where people would worship him.
when I go to Chennai, when I'm traveling south, they don't call me by my name. They always say Thala. And even if they are yelling, they are never yelling my name. It's always Thala. So that was something that kept growing from the first season onward. That's the time people really accept you as how you are. They really have a lot of love and respect for you.
Yeah, MS Dhoni, I think I always felt that he might be from Jharkhand, but he has so many attributes or characters that are very similar to South Indians and people from Tamil Nadu who basically, kind of, we like to live a simple, quiet life. We don't go about showing, we are not show-offs. I think that characteristic is very similar to MS Dhoni. I think probably people, that's why they see a connect in him, that humbleness and that character. I think probably.
They are the Kings, the Tata IPL champions of CSK for the 5th time.
इतने सालों से टीम को बना के खड़ा करा है, एक ब्रांड बनाया है चेन्नई सुपर किंग को, उसके सबसे बड़ा हाथ MS धोनी है। अगर वो उसको छोड़ देंगे तो उनका, कहते हैं ना कि घर का जो सबसे बड़ा आदमी होता है, अगर वो नहीं रहता तो चीजें बिखर जाती हैं।
I always believed जब आप एक टीम को लीड कर रहे होते हैं तो इम्पोर्टेंट होता है आप एक दूसरे को समझे। जस्ट ऊपर से आप नहीं कर सकते। वंस यू नो द इंडिविजुअल, यू नो हिज स्ट्रेंथ, यू नो हिज वीकनेसेस, तो फिर आपका जो डायरेक्शन होता है एज अ टीम, आप जिस डायरेक्शन में मूव करना चाहते हैं, वो काफ़ी आसान हो जाता है।
Take one game at a time, and it's all about the process. And
all of those cliches that I just mentioned, they rely heavily on not the spoken word, which MS has very few words to describe what he needs to get done as a leader. They rely on the individual actually really coming into their own and just performing. Actions, as they say, speak louder than words. When Albie was at the top of his mark and I got moved into that position, I didn't question it. I thought it made perfect sense. I mean, Kieran Pollard loves to bang it straight down the ground, and that was something that we needed to stop. The wicket came, it presented itself, and Kieran Pollard out the match, the IPL title for the first time in the third year, was almost an inevitability.
Chennai Super Kings are champions of the DLF IPL 2010.
Look, I find one thing amazing about MS, right? Like you talk a lot about how MS does it. I mean, there are so many people who admire him from the distance and say good things and all that. But one thing that goes amiss is how much MS watches the game. If he is not playing and if he's sitting in the room and if he's chit-chatting with his players, the TV is still on and he's watching the game. I think his on-the-go adjustments of how players are playing and how fields need to be adjusted and how his bowlers need to adapt is top of the league. And that comes with the pure love for the game.
They are the champions, the DLF IPL champions 2011, the Chennai Super Kings.
The greatest thing about MS Dhoni is he knows what his resources are, what his limitations are, and how to get the best out of what he has at hand. It is MS Dhoni's vision that these players can win me at least an IPL or two in a auction cycle.
Chennai Super Kings, they are the kings of Vivo IPL 2018.
You have the opposition's captain being cheered on throughout the whole game, not just for a period of time. Throughout the whole game, people turn up being so excited to watch this legend of the game play.
Chennai, you bet, their fourth IPL title, this incredibly successful franchise.
I would have loved to have played under him. I was the kind of player that I like to set my own field. I like to be able to manage my own space. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what my strengths were. And, from watching from the outside with somebody like MS Dhoni and speaking to some of the bowlers that have played for teams like Chennai Super Kings, he lets you do that up to a point and then he takes over. And you then have to bowl to essentially the field that he sets. And just because of his knowledge of the game, just because of his knowledge of the opponents that he's playing against, and the cool, calm, collected nature of MS Dhoni, it always seems to kind of work out. And I feel like that I would have loved to have been able to experience that.
The Tata IPL champions of 2023 are CSK for the 5th time.
See, hunger stems out of the love for the game and also love for CSK. I feel that is where his passion lies, and as long as he is fit and as long as he is able to deliver the goods in terms of his role in the team, I don't see any reason why he should step down or retire. Age is just a number, to be very, very honest. He is able to play those 4 overs or 5 overs towards the end and still score at a strike rate that is on par with many people in the IPL, all the biggest hitters in the IPL. I don't see any reason why, he should retire unless he feels so.
Give credit to him for encouraging millions of fans out there to watch the game of cricket and to be inspired. It's because of guys like him who have really carried the game well over a very long period of time. Touch wood, hopefully it continues for a few more years to come.
His greatest skill is just maintain his composure in the toughest of moments, and that's why he's so good. That's why he's able to make such good decisions under pressure.
I think a great ambassador for cricket, an idol to a billion Indian people back home, but I think hugely respected around the world.
One of the things that stands out for MS is his sense of acceptance of players. He accepts those players for exactly where they are.
His greatest skill is just maintain his composure in the toughest of moments, and that's why he's so good. That's why he's able to make such good decisions under pressure.
I think a great ambassador for cricket, an idol to a billion Indian people back home, but I think hugely respected around the world.
One of the things that stands out for MS is his sense of acceptance of players. He accepts those players for exactly where they are.
ये बंदा ये था कि तुम सब जाओ, तुम सब करो अपना अपना काम जो कर सकते हो, और एम्पावर किया लोगों को कि आप जाइए, आप अच्छा कीजिए, अगर चीजें बिगड़ जाएंगी तो मैं
His ability to, just be with the youngster and, encourage him no matter what the situation of the game is and no matter what the performance of a player is.
It's been an outstanding performance. The World 2020 champions India. Dhoni finishes off in style. India lift the World Cup.
India now winners of the ICC Champions Trophy 2013.
Never bet against MS Dhoni and CSK.
MS Dhoni in yellow, in blue. He is so calm, so cool.
How on earth does he keep popping them over the fence? How on earth does he get us home like this?
Dhoni is the most destructive batsman.
He changed the fate of Indian cricket. I think Dhoni is the biggest legend Indian cricket's ever had.
Dhoni, I love you, Dhoni.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni, look at the swing. Look at those eyes.
Dhoni, he was needed to keep calm and control it all the way. 91 not out in the end.
His greatest skill is just maintain his composure in the toughest of moments, and that's why he's so good. That's why he's able to make such good decisions under pressure, because he's always calm, he's always composed, and he allows himself to get into that space where he can take that important call. So there's so much to learn from him. When I walked into the team, he was my captain. He's always going to be my captain. From my own perspective, I actually, made my World Cup debut under him, which was 2007. And since then, we've had a very long journey, played a lot of cricket together. His ability to, just be with the youngster and, encourage him no matter what the situation of the game is and no matter what the performance of a player is. He tries to just, make sure that there is enough composure around that player. The player doesn't feel insecure, and that I think is a very, very important thing when the player just comes into the team.
That is brilliantly done. That is a top leg side something from Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Only for a fraction of a second, and Dhoni, like lightning, had those bails off.
Obviously a fellow wicketkeeper, he's been an idol of mine growing up. Mr. Cool. I love his persona on the field. Looks very calm and in control when he bats. He's got lightning fast hands behind the stumps. He loves to take the game deep, and I think his unique style is a great ambassador for the game. I'm a huge MS Dhoni fan.
Dhoni can do anything now. If he really gets going, he can do anything. No question. Crowd involvement. Fire up. Get it on the spot. No! He's aborted again. Much to the disgust of the Australian supporters.
I think a great ambassador for cricket, an idol to a billion Indian people back home, but I think hugely respected around the world.
We were testing the pink ball here, and Dhoni said, well, I'll come out and have a bowl with it. And guess what? He whacked it into the surface.
वो एक बंदे है जो I feel sometimes control कर सकते हैं मुझे. Not like his family for me. He's like not like for people it might be Mahendra Singh Dhoni. For me, he's just Mahi and my sweetest. Actually, I call him my sweetheart.
Oh, he's knocked him over middle stump. What have you done?
मेरा और माई भाई का ट्यूनिंग अच्छा है कि वो मुझे समझते हैं कि मैं क्या और अच्छा कर सकता हूँ, मैं कहाँ मेरा मतलब फोकस नहीं हो रहा है और मैं उधर से क्या और अच्छा कर सकता हूँ, तो वो जानते हैं मुझे अच्छी तरह से.
I think one of the things that stands out for MS is his sense of acceptance of players. And he picks the players that, again, he instinctively feels that he needs in the side at this point in time. But after that, he accepts those players for exactly where they are and kind of meets them where they are and kind of helps them elevate to where he needs them to be.
I think he also developed a very unique leadership style. जो है तो सही, if you were to see the 7 different leadership styles, leadership from behind. So generally आप कहते हैं leading from the front, leading by example. ये बंदा ये था कि तुम सब जाओ, तुम सब करो अपना अपना काम जो कर सकते हो. एम्पावर किया लोगों को कि आप जाइए, आप अच्छा कीजिए, अगर चीजें बिगड़ जाएंगी तो मैं.
The winners of the Champions Trophy 2013, India.
And now for Mahendra Singh Dhoni, every trophy in the world in his cabinet. The World Test Match #1, the ICC World Cup, the Champions Trophy, the World T20. Add to that a couple of IPLs and Champions Leagues, and he's done everything that a captain can.
मेरे हिसाब से MS धोनी एज अ कैप्टन, बहुत कैप्टन्स आए हैं, बहुत कैप्टन्स आएंगे, लेकिन MS धोनी की कैप्टनसी या कैप्टनसी रिकॉर्ड को मैच करना मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई भी इंडियन क्रिकेट में आगे कर पाएगा.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni has made a massive impact on Indian cricket. In fact, with due respect to all the legends, I don't think anybody has made a greater impact than Mahendra Singh Dhoni. What you saw with Indian cricket with Dhoni in charge was calmness on the big stage, where the opposition captain, when he came to the toss, and I've done a few tosses, where you could see that Dhoni was much calmer than the opposition captain on a big stage. And that was what India needed. India always had the skill. They wanted to win, but they didn't know how to cross the finishing line. Dhoni led by example, and that is his greatest contribution.
I think he was a natural leader. See, in a men's culture, it takes about 1.5 minutes without any words to realise who their natural leader is, and that's MS. So yeah, I think he could command that respect in any change room. Just naturally, because he's a very likeable individual, he's a very unselfish individual, he's a very caring, empathetic individual, he's a funny individual, and he's a very calm individual. I mean, they're great qualities. And you put that in pressure scenarios in and around 1.4, 1.6 billion people wanting you to win a World Cup. And that's immense. That's immense, sustained mindset that needs to happen. And he's done it.
MS Dhoni, he writes his own script. He's that finisher, and he does it more often than not.